in there?
Hey, what's up everyone? Nick here. Welcome back to the Batman Arkham City Remastered New Game Plus walkthrough. That's going to be a mouthful every single time I say it. But in the last video we left off, we had investigated Joker seemingly shot at us through the building window. And so now we're going to go kind of investigate that. And so we're going to go over here to the church, I think it is. I don't know, but it's a building right here. Your objective will tell you where to go. There's going to be a few enemies blocking the doorway. Now you'll notice right there how I did that like shockwave ability. Again, that is what New Game Plus is all about. All of your upgrades carry over from your previous playthrough. So all of the instant takedowns, all of the shockwaves, all of the equipment, all of the health increases. You'll notice I have full health. Everything carries over. And so even though New Game Plus does offer a couple challenges, it's at least aided by the fact that you start the game with all of your upgrades. So what's going to happen now is you're going to go in here and you're going to confront Harley Quinn. There's going to be about a 1 minute long conversation, and then we'll be introduced to the stealth in the game.
Let the lady go, Bat Freak, or these people all get a bullet in their heads.
I think you should do what he says. It would be a shame to get blood all over my nice new outfit. What do you think, Batbrain? Like it? What am I saying? Of course you do. Who wouldn't? So anyway, here's the deal. Mr. J is really not up to a visit right now. He's not feeling himself. Well, actually, he was earlier, but that's not what I meant. He's not doing so good, and that idiot doctor I sent from here didn't help. I've seen more smarts from these bozos. I've gotta run, boys. If he tries anything funny, kill him.
Alright, so as soon as Harley leaves, there's going to be 4 armed goons in here.
Attacking armed thugs head on is suicide. I need to disappear.
And this is where the Arkham games succeed the most. If you've never played an Arkham game, the game really emphasizes this stealth mechanic. So you heard Batman right there admit, he said, if I attack these armed thugs head on, I'm gonna get killed. And that's a very realistic approach. You know, it's not just this over-the-top superhero game where I can just run up to them and start wailing on them. Now, granted, I do have full health, and your health is actually divided into 2 sections, body armor and bulletproof armor. Oh, and by the way, these 4 guys, this is all kind of scripted, so like, you shouldn't have any problem at all taking these guys out. It really introduces you to the different ways you can take out enemies. So almost always you're going to be either behind the enemy or above the enemy. And then if you crouch or go up to some breakable structure, you'll be able to do a silent takedown like you see right there. Now sometimes you got to be careful, because sometimes the armed gunman will actually be holding the prisoners or like the hostages at gunpoint, and if they see you, they will kill the hostage, and that essentially results in Batman failing the mission, and you can guess what happens after that. You die and you have to redo it. But the stealth mechanic is just, it's really great, and I think it's one of the best things in this game, in this franchise, and it's one of the things that really made this franchise so successful, because it's so realistic. Now right there, in case you didn't know, that's Officer Aaron Cash. He has a history with Batman, and he was actually introduced, I believe, in the Arkham Asylum graphic novel, and then they threw him into the video games, and he's a very loyal ally to us. He's on the GCPD, and we see him throughout numerous games. So yeah, that's Officer Aaron Cash. Like I said, throughout the walkthrough, if I come across a piece of trivia that I happen to want to share with you guys, I'll go ahead and share it with you guys, because I know a fair amount about the Batman universe, and Aaron Cash is a really, really cool character. Now up here, you're going to kind of investigate, and Joker will appear on the TV screen for another maybe like 20 or 30 second conversation, and then we'll be able to jump into some uninterrupted gameplay, which is always the best.
Well, look who it is. I haven't seen you for... how long has it been? Let's see. There was an asylum, some monsters, and oh, that's right. You left me to die. Now, you probably don't remember it that way, but who cares? You just need to worry about the bombs. Hurry up now. Clock's ticking.
Alright guys, so as soon as that conversation's over, you're going to see the countdown. Just go ahead and jump out the window and glide on over to our next objective point. Now, in a lot of ways, this is more of a playthrough than a walkthrough. So, you know, when times come up, sure, I'll give you some general strategies. But the truth of it is, the beauty of this game is everyone's going to experience it differently. So, for example, some people are going to be stronger at stealth combat, and others are going to be stronger at fist combat. Some of you are going to be better than me at those things. Some of you might be better than me at both of those things. But the point is, say I'm surrounded by 60 guys. As you know in the Arkham games, the combat is very fast and very fluid. So obviously, in a normal walkthrough, I could say, okay, go here, shoot this guy, then do this and shoot that guy. In the case of this game, I can't tell you, okay, punch this guy, then turn around and counter that guy, and then throw something at that guy, and then do an instant. You know, it just doesn't work like that because my fight is going to be different than your fight. Maybe your enemies are positioned differently. Maybe you're jumping around more, focusing on, you know, special takedowns. The point is, I can't necessarily walk you through a fight. Now, like I said, I can give you some general strategies because I definitely have a lot of those to recommend, but I can't give you specific tips on how to beat a particular fight. And the same kind of goes for stealth sections. The enemies always do different things depending on how you take them down and depending on if you are ever seen. So while I can offer some general strategies on the stealth combat, I can't just say, okay, stealth this guy, then this guy's going to come over here, so stealth that guy, because sometimes things just always play out differently.
Okay then.
So the point is, you know, I'll be giving you general walkthroughs, or I'll be giving you general strategies, but all in all, this, in a lot of ways, it's going to be more like a playthrough than a walkthrough. And another reason for that is because Arkham City, all of the Arkham games, they're not necessarily divided into distinct chapters. So for example, if you pick up an Uncharted game, it's Chapter 1, Chapter 2, Chapter 3. That's really easy to make a walkthrough for because you just do one video per chapter. When you're playing a game like the Arkham games, it's really just kind of one fluid experience. There are no separations. And so what I have to do is I have to look at the game and I have to say, okay, what is the most logical way to cut this game up into pieces? And so that's what I'm going to attempt to do, but you're going to see that some videos are just a lot longer than others because of awkward timing. Like, for example, right now we're invading the steel mill, and the steel mill is going to take us up to about the 20-minute mark. Well, the next part in the game, I think, is like 10 or 15 minutes, so I didn't really want to add that, and I didn't really want to start it because I want to make sure that I include one whole mission per video. So, like, hopefully that makes sense, but the point is the game is not just clear-cut chapters. So there is going to be some work on my part to kind of divide the game up into the most logical way and also the most entertaining way. I know that when I watch playthroughs, I typically prefer the videos to be about 20 minutes long. That's just my preference, so that's kind of what I'm going to follow for this game here. But anyway, now, like I said, we're going to get into our first big fight. So I kind of alluded to this in the first video, but you can see how many guys are in here. There are a lot of people. So the general story here, in case you didn't play Arkham Asylum, in Arkham Asylum, Joker created this stuff called the Titan formula, and it basically was an enhancement on Bane's Venom formula, and if you injected yourself with it, you turned into this ridiculously overbuff monster. Well, Joker, in a last-ditch effort to defeat Batman, decided to inject himself with the Titan formula, so he became Titan Joker, and then the problem is, once they found a cure, the cure turns you back, but it still causes some damage. The Titan formula damages you from the inside, it causes physical damage, so it really kind of messes you up. And so Joker right now, we're kind of led to believe that Joker is dying. That's the rumor going around Arkham City. People are hearing that Joker is dying, he's on his deathbed, and so we're kind of going to see, you know, is that really true? Because we just got shot at by, or we just got almost blown up by Joker. So we're going to find out. Find out together. Anyway, so here we go. First big combat section. Most important thing, notice that move I just did. I jumped up And every enemy that was on the ground, I jumped in the air and threw batarangs at for an instant KO. I don't know the actual name of that takedown, but if you haven't yet upgraded that move, next time you get an upgrade, look at your combo takedowns, and there's going to be an instant takedown right there. I did it again. It's called like the batarang takedown or the batarang knockout or something like that. But it is an incredibly overpowered move, because what it does is any enemy that is lying on the ground after you punch them, Batman will jump up once he... So you got to build up your combo meter, but then Batman will jump up and he'll throw batarangs at every single enemy that's lying on the ground. And this can kill, I'm not even exaggerating, this can sometimes kill like 5 or more enemies. And keep in mind, I'm saying kill.
What the hell are you doing here? You're supposed to be dead! Well, there's no way you're getting to Mr. J. We're safe and sound up here. You can just stay down there and burn.
So anyway, notice I said kill, but that's purely out of habit. Obviously, you know that Batman does not kill people, so if you ever hear me say kill, just know that I mean knock out. It's just due to habit, I'm probably most likely going to say kill all the time. But that move that I'm talking about, that move can take down like 6+ enemies sometimes, because Batman just moves around so fast that if you build up your combo meter and then just start punching people like crazy, you can literally knock out like 6+ people with that move. And if you're in a fight where there's 40 enemies, that's very, very effective, because if you consider the other instant takedowns, there's one that only takes down one person. So that one is useful on big guys, but that's about it. There are other ones that don't even actually take down the people, they just kind of cause distractions. So that is definitely Batman's strongest move in this game. Now again, you're going to come to another kind of little mini stealth section, nowhere near as complex as the first one or anything. But so our goal is to sneak up to this guy here. So you can see that he's banging on the window, he sees us, but they can't hear him. I don't know why. I think that's kind of funny. You'd think he could do something. Like, there's a door right there. I'm sure the door is locked, but I would imagine it's locked from the inside. He could also just try to break the window. But for some reason, he doesn't do that. He decides to just let us beat up his buddies here, and now we can make him our priority. So he thinks he's safe in there, but he's not. Anyway, some other general strategies for fighting. Again, I'll touch on these when you can actually see them in use, but one good thing to do is to expand the fight zone. So what I mean by that is don't let enemies get too close to you. You know, hit an enemy, then evade and hit another one, and it's kind of hard to explain, so I'll go ahead and wait actually for the next fight. But here we go, we're going to enter another stealth section. Now again, like I said, for these stealth sections, there's no one perfect way to do this. Usually there are some guys you want to try to take out first. So for me, I prefer to take down the thermal guys first. So you saw that guy right there, and this guy right here. They're both wearing these thermal goggles. That basically, if you're hiding on one of the ledges up there, and if they stand under it, they can actually see you in the dark. So those guys can be pretty bad. Right here, anytime you see two enemies together, you can do a double ledge takedown. Now, the ledge takedowns, that will cause a ruckus, so that will alert the other enemies to what you're doing. So you'll notice the first two guys I took out, no one even noticed, but then when I did the ledge takedown, it mattered, because now they're actually like, hey, something's going on, and I'm going to go investigate. But keep in mind, as the game progresses, that will change, because as the game progresses, even if you take down an enemy with pure stealth, whoever the villain is at the moment, whether it's Joker or Hugo Strange or someone, they'll kind of like talk over the intercom and they'll say, Batman's just taken one of you out. And they know that from like heartbeat sensors or I don't know, whatever equipment they're using. But yeah, the other thing to note is, so one thing that does make this easier is since we are on New Game Plus, you'll notice again that I have full health. And the health, like I said, is divided into two sections, a shield and a bullet. The bullet is how much damage you can take from gunshots, so that's pretty important.
How do you think poor Mr. J is
Can you stand?
Give me a second. What's wrong with these people? That crazy woman thinks I can fix the Joker.
What's wrong with him?
There's something in his blood. Some kind of toxin. It's killing him. He blames something called Titan.
Titan?
Yeah. Do you know what he's talking about? He kept going on about his last laugh.
Doc. Isn't that information supposed to be confidential?
What's happening? How does she know what we're saying?
Get that door sealed up nice and tight, boys. We don't want that fireman escaping, do we?
At least they won't be getting in. We're safe, right?
Wait here, Doctor.
What the hell are you doing?
I need to get out of here. Someone needs to stop Joker. Stay here. You'll be safe.
You sure?
If you hear anyone coming, hide. I'll be back.
But yeah, so before that cutscene, I just wanted to point out that even if an enemy sees you and gets a couple shots off on you, it's really easy to escape. You just have to throw a smoke bomb or grapple up to the ledges and just start swinging around like crazy. And eventually you should get away no problem. And the other thing is, like I said, if you haven't already, you're going to want to upgrade that combo move where you do the instant battering takedown. Chances are you already have it. And so honestly, at this point, the upgrades are completely up to you. So if you want to it really doesn't matter at this point. As long as you have all 4 instant takedown moves and increased health, you should be fine. Those are the necessities. So full health on both parts and then all 4 instant combo moves. Those are the best things to upgrade, and then everything else is just kind of secondary. So I'm not going to focus too much in this walkthrough about telling you what upgrades to make. The only one I need you to have, or that I really recommend you have, like I said, is the instant battering takedown. But so you see right here how my combo indicator is yellow. So I just used an instant takedown on the big guy, and that's a very effective way to get them out of the picture fast. And so say you're in a fight with 20 guys and there's a big guy there. Well, one really easy way to take them out is to punch all the little guys, build up your combo meter, and then use the instant takedown on the big guy. And that's a really easy way to get them out of the fight quick. Because otherwise, you have to stun them and beat them down. And it's not that that's necessarily hard, it's just it actually does take about 10 seconds of punching him to get him down. So, you know, enemies can easily sneak up and punch you while you're focused on the big guy. Alright, but here we go. Now that we've gotten the remote electrical charge, you're going to shoot the generator here. And you're going to swing this hook into the door there. And that will, you're going to have to do that twice, I believe. And then the door will come unhinged. Or, unhinged. The door will be completely destroyed. But anyway, now we're going to have a boss fight on our hands. A little mini boss fight, I guess. And this is one of the twins. This one is the twin that is employed by the Joker, as you can tell by his lovely outfit. Not too hard to kill. So one really useful way to use him to your advantage is you can shoot him with the remote electrical charge, and it will stun him, and he'll actually swing around his hammer and take down a bunch of the little guys. Now again, right there, my strategy for this is I want to get rid of all the little guys before I focus on the big guy. So notice what I'm doing. I'm building up the combo meter, and then I'm punching the enemies to get them on the ground, and then I'm using that instant battering takedown. And in a matter of seconds, I've already taken out most of the little guys. And that, again, just kind of shows you how overpowered that attack is. Now that all the little guys are out of the picture, I'm going to start wailing on this guy. Oh, this one guy happened to survive, and you can see right there. That's exactly why you want to get the little guys out of the way first, because that little guy distracted me, and I took a hit from the big guy. But then once you have the big guy on your own, just go ahead and punch him as many times as you need to, and that should be the end of it. Thank you guys for watching. Like and subscribe if you get the chance. I'll see you in the next video.
Get out of my way, Quinn.
Leave us alone, B-Man! Just leave me with him.
I said move!
This is all your fault! You've hounded him for years, beat him to a pulp, and for what? Why are you so mean?
Surprise!
You fell for the old fake Joker gag, Batman.